Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. My name is Jahidul and in this DTRS session today, we are going to discuss 10 important MCQs from current affairs. If you attend this session properly, so you will come across 10 important current affair topics. We will have discussion on those current affairs and we will also solve questions on them. So it will clear your thought process related to those current affairs. It will be very helpful for the UPSC Prelims exam of 2025. So let us quickly see the lead topic. So today we are going to discuss about white rhinos. So white rhinoceros. We will discuss in detail about this particular species. This species was in news, right, recently. So that's why we are reading. And basically, let's say in the northern Africa, only 2 white rhinoceros are remaining. Means like, they are highly critically endangered. I mean like, so they are about to get extinct. So that's why we are reading about white rhinoceros. So in this discussion, we will also understand about the IUCN status of the white rhinoceros. We'll understand what is the population composition of white rhinoceros and also a black rhinoceros in the African subcontinent. All right, so we will discuss in detail. And before we move ahead, let us quickly discuss one important quotation. And such quotations are very much important for the UPSC essay paper and ethics paper. So this quotation says, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." It means like, every individual, right, should maintain their individuality, right? You have to be yourself and then everyone else already has their personality. So their personality is already taken by the world, they are already understood by the world. You have to be yourself to be original, all right? So this will help you to maintain your individuality and it's going to shape your identity as an individual, right? So that's the thing. So you can learn little more about it, okay? And so that like you should be in a position to write an essay on such quotations. So this quotation is from Oscar Wilde, all right? So at Lukmaan IAS, we have announced few upcoming programs. One of the program is Public Admin Foundation Batch. So it is an optional subject which is being offered by Lukmaan IAS and this subject is being taught by S. Ansari sir in the institute. Classes are going to start from 3rd of June 2025 and those students who are going to join this batch, the first 50 students are going to get, let's say, this particular course at a very nominal fee which is mentioned over here. And this offer is valid till 15th of March 2025. Along with this, we have a Panch Sutra All India Prelims mock test series. So all those students who are planning to appear in this year's UPSC Prelims exam, you need to test yourself, you need to test your preparation level. And also you need to come across new and different important topics, right? So for that, the Panch Sutra All India Prelims mock test series is a very important initiative for you, okay? So you can join this test series. All these tests are mock tests. In this sense, all these tests are full length tests and each test consists of GS also, it consists of CSET as well, all right? So these tests are very much important. First test has already been conducted. However, if you join the Panch Sutra, you will get access to the question paper, answer booklet, discussion video and all. And you will get access to all of it, let's say, if you join any other test series, okay? Means like, of all the upcoming Panch Sutra test, right, in Lukmaan IAS. So with this, at Lukmaan IAS, we have also announced Ethics Foundation Batch. So all those students who are kind of, UPSC ready, I mean like still they face that their ethics paper is not as strong, right? Because GS paper 4 is entirely different as compared to all other GS papers. So you can improve your kind of, performance in ethics by joining this batch. Ethics Foundation batch is going to start from 2nd of June and the first 50 joiners, first 100 joiners in Ethics Foundation batch are going to get some concession. So the concession amount is mentioned over here. So these are the 10 important topics that we are going to discuss today. So many of these topics are from science and technology, from environment and ecology, Indian polity, then let's say like, some are from geography and Indian economy as well. So all these topics we are going to cover one by one, right? So let us quickly move to the first topic. And this topic is related to white rhinoceros, okay? So it says, consider the following statements regarding rhino species present in Africa, okay? So like we are going to discuss about rhino species. So this topic is important for let's say, environment and ecology section of UPSC Prelims exam. Alright, so 3 statements are given. First statement says, the northern white rhinos are categorized as vulnerable under the IUCN Red List. This statement is wrong. Okay, northern white rhinos. I discussed in the beginning today, right, that northern white rhinos, only 2 rhinos are presently living. It means they are critically endangered. Okay, means I mean, like, they may go extinct anytime. So the northern white rhinos are critically endangered. Okay, I'm just writing CRN, means critically endangered. If we talk about southern white rhinos, they are categorized as, okay, they are not critically endangered. Okay, southern white rhinos, they are near threatened. Okay, they are near threatened. So what is these categories all about? Critically endangered, near threatened, or vulnerable, right? So basically, International Union for Conservation of Nature, which is known as IUCN. IUCN maintains a red data book. So in that red data book, name of the book is red data book. So in that book, they list all those species that are facing different level of threats, different levels of danger. So those species that are facing high level of threats, they are mentioned under critically endangered or endangered, and those species that are facing threat but it is not as severe as these species, so they are mentioned as vulnerable or let's say near threatened, like that. So they have 7 different classification to classify the threat levels that different species are facing in their own, let's say, like, habitat. Okay, so this is the thing. Third statement, the northern white rhinos are lighter, smaller and less hairy than southern white rhinos. This statement is right. So only one statement is right, okay, which is of statement 3. So this is the photograph of northern white rhinos. So we will save them. The quest to rescue nearly extinct rhino. Okay, only 2 northern white rhinos are presently living. And now, I mean, like, environmentalists and scientists, they have tried to, let's say, incubate. Okay, so they are trying to actually, like, like create more rhinos using, let's say, like, laboratory methods. Okay, this is the thing. So with this, let us quickly move to the next question, question number 2. So this question is related to a government scheme. All right, name of the scheme is Namaste scheme. And so we need to identify which of these statements are correct related to these schemes. The first statement, the scheme aims to promote safe mechanized cleaning of sewers through trained sanitation workers. This statement is right. All right. And the second statement is also right. It is jointly implemented by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So these 2 ministries are working together to implement the Namaste scheme. So what is this Namaste scheme all about? So if we talk about the full form of Namaste scheme, Namaste stands for National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem Scheme. Okay, National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem. Okay, this is known as Namaste. So basically, why we are going for mechanized sanitation? It is because, let's say, like, earlier we have seen huge number of sanitation workers or people who do cleaning of sewer tanks, safety tanks and all. So these people enter into those tanks and then they used to do it, and which is very inhuman. So that's why Government of India wants to reduce the, I mean, like, human casualty, because many people who do those activities, they sometimes, let's say, like, pass away inside these safety tanks itself. So that's why, I mean, like, Namaste scheme has been established. So this scheme is for helping those people to do the cleaning activity, but in a mechanized manner using machines. Okay. So this scheme aims to promote safe and mechanized cleaning of sewers through trained sanitation workers. Second, this is being implemented by 2 ministries, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay, so this is the thing. So both these statements are correct, means option C is the right answer. So this is the newspaper article that featured in the Press Information Bureau, and so this has inspired us to frame that question. So with this, let us now quickly move to next question, which is, this question is from Science and Technology section, and it is related to Majorana 1. Okay, so what is Majorana 1? basically, let's say like, if we talk about atoms, so inside atoms we have very small particles, and these particles are known as subatomic particles. Okay, these are known as subatomic particles. So one specific subatomic particle is named as Majorana fermion. Okay, it is named as Majorana fermion. So this Majorana fermion has been discovered by a person in 1937, I think. Okay, 1937. But it has been extinct in the sense like, people believe that like, although the scientist had claimed that this exists, but like, like people did not believe much. But recently Microsoft, one company, okay, Microsoft, so they have developed a quantum chip, okay, and which utilizes, let's say like, Majorana fermions. So these Majorana fermions have superconducting capacity. I mean like, they are very good conductors. Okay, they are very good conductors. And when we talk about quantum chip means they operate on quantum qubit principles. Okay, so quantum chips have been recently announced by Google also. Google has also, let's say Willow, they have announced a quantum chip, right? And now Microsoft has also announced that they have also developed a quantum chip, and they have named it as Majorana 1. Okay, so now the computation will be easier, and it's going to be more faster as compared to the present supercomputers that are doing computing. All right, so what is Majorana 1? Top 5 things to know about Microsoft's quantum computing chip. So this is Microsoft's quantum computing chip. Its name is Majorana 1. All right. Now we have another question, which is question number 4. Okay, we'll go through this question. It says, consider the following statements regarding ex gratia payments. Okay, what ex gratia payment? So let us discuss about it. What is ex gratia payment? Basically, ex gratia payment is done in case of some casualty. If let's consider in Indian Railway, some people accidentally die. It is either because of the accident of the train, or maybe because of, let's say like, huge rush in the stations, right? So that payment which is done, so payment is made by the railway authorities to the family persons, right, of the deceased person, so that immediate relief measure can be provided. That is known as ex gratia payment. So here if we talk about these statements, first statement says that ex gratia payments are legal obligation. So basically they are not legal obligations. Okay, they are not legal obligations. They are voluntarily paid. Okay, they are voluntary payment made to the families of the deceased person to give them immediate relief. Then the railway ex gratia payments are governed by the Railway Accidents and Untoward Incidents Compensation Rule 1990. This is right. And ex gratia payments can be disbursed in cash, bank transfer or check or NEFT. This is also right. So correct answer is statement 2 and 3. Okay, statement 2 and 3 are right answers. So basically first statement is wrong, second and third are right. That's the thing. Now the question is why we are reading it, because recently during the Mahakumbh like festival, so many people passed away, many people died in a stampede in New Delhi railway station. So around to the family members of 18 such people, right, the railway has distributed 10 lakh rupees in cash. Okay, so that was a ex gratia payment. So that's why we are reading about it. Okay, so now let us talk about another question. Okay, question number 5. So this question is very important. Here we are talking about environment and ecology. Okay, environment and ecology. And this question is based on biennial transparency report. Biennial transparency report, BTR. So two statements are given. Let us understand these statements and we need to identify which of these statements are correct. First statement. The biennial transparency report is submitted under the Paris Agreement's enhanced transparency framework. This statement is right. The National Inventory Report Greenhouse Mission is an optional component of the BTR. This statement is wrong. So this is not an optional component of the BTR. Okay. So this is the thing. First statement is right, second statement is wrong. So correct answer for this particular question is option A. Okay, option A is the right answer. Because this particular thing, which is National Inventory Report greenhouse gas emission, is a mandatory one. Okay, it is a mandatory portion under the Paris Agreement. Okay, so we know what is Paris Agreement. So Paris Agreement has been signed by different parties in 2015. This came into being in 2015 and India is a party to it. Since India is a party to it, so India has to share biannual transparency report, right, under its obligation. So basically India is preparing the first ever biennial transparency report and it is going to share it as soon as it is ready. It is in the final stage. Okay, this report is in its final stage. So India to submit updated greenhouse gas inventory to UN soon. Okay, that's the thing. Now we have another question, which is question number 6. Let us discuss this question. So this question is related to Caspian Pipeline Consortium. Okay, Caspian Pipeline Consortium. So this name is derived from Caspian Sea. So this goes through, this pipeline project goes through Caspian Sea. And why we are reading it? Because let's say Ukraine, Russia, they are in a state of, war. But this project is still running. Okay, so gas is transferred through let's say Ukraine to Russia and also we are going to discuss about it. So it says it transports crude oil from Kazakhstan to Russia's Black Sea port of Novorossiysk. Okay, this statement is right. This project is not funded by China. It is not funded by China. Okay. Third statement, it is an alternative pipeline to the Nord Stream network in supplying oil to Europe. Okay, so first and third statement are right, means option A is the right answer. Okay, so this is the newspaper article. So Ukraine attack on Russian pipeline to hit Kazakh oil export. So Ukraine, it goes near to Ukraine. So Ukraine has attacked on that particular pipeline. So it's going to hit the export of Kazakhstan. Now we have another question, which is question number 7. Okay, we'll discuss about this question. Consider the following statements regarding Technology Adoption Fund. Okay, so we are discussing about Technology Adoption Fund. So it is a financial initiative launched by, this statement is wrong. It is launched by a body which is known as InSpace. Okay, InSpace. So what is full form of InSpace? Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. So this is the regulatory authority for space activities in India. Okay, Indian Space Research Organization is a research and development body, but regulatory authority is InSpace. Okay, so first statement is wrong, and this InSpace has launched this financial initiative which is known as Technology Adoption Fund. It provides funding support of up to 60% of the project cost for startups and MSME, capped at 25 crore rupees per project. Okay, so this statement is right. It aims to boost India's reliance on imported space solutions. No, we don't want to, let's say, boost India's reliance on imported solutions. We want to be self-reliant. Okay, we want to be self-reliant, means like we want to create our own technology related to space sector. So only second statement is right, option B. Now let us move to next question. So it says InSpace unveils 500 crore technology adoption fund to boost India's space startup and innovation ecosystem, right? Then we have another question, which is question number 8. With reference to African cheetah, consider the following statements. We have 3 statements. Now let us see these statements one by one. African cheetahs are much larger in population and listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. Okay, so here we are discussing about a species of cheetah, and this species is very, very important because it is important under environment and ecology. Okay, and it has been in news. This statement is right. Okay, they are larger in population and they are listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. So it says gestation period of African cheetah is around 6 months. It is around 93 days. Okay, it is around 93 days, means like 3 months and few days. They have much more prominent spots and lines on their face as compared to their Asian cheetahs. This is right. Correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Okay, option C. So this is how African cheetah looks like. Neither ecologically sustainable nor ethical. Study expresses concern over moving African cheetah to India. Okay, so a study has been published. So basically cheetah population is declining in India, so that's why we are trying to import African cheetah to India. But that report said that it is not ecologically sustainable and it's not ethical also to kind of move cheetah from one continent to India, from Africa to India, right? Now we have another question, question number 9. Which of the following species make their way at night with the help of polarized moonlight? Okay, so we know what is polarization of light, right? So sunlight polarization is at least 1000 times higher as compared to moonlight polarization. But one species has been found which let's say make their way during moonlight polarization. So it is dung beetle. Okay, it is dung beetle. That's the thing. So now only the second animal to find its way to polarized moonlight found. Okay, dung beetle. Now we have another question. This question is from Indian polity section. Okay, we'll read this question. Consider the following statements regarding Lokpal's jurisdiction over judges in India. Okay, so we know Lokpal is a kind of anti-corruption watchdog in the country. So Lokpal has jurisdiction over all government authorities, right, barring few, and so related to its jurisdiction over the high courts, right? Recently the Supreme Court of India has given a judgment. Okay, it has given its observation. So that's why we are reading this question. Okay, we are reading this topic. So it says Lokpal cannot investigate Supreme Court judges as they are appointed under Article 124 and the Supreme Court is explicitly established by the Constitution. This statement is right. Okay, so Lokpal does not have authority over the Supreme Court judges. High Court judges fall under the Lokpal's jurisdiction as High Court were originally established by British era parliamentary acts. Okay, when we talk about this particular statement, okay, basically this statement was made by one of the person of the Lokpal, I mean like who is an authority in Lokpal. So they have made this particular opinion and after then, right, they have tried to kind of initiate a proceeding against a sitting judge of a High Court. But recently the Supreme Court of India has said that this is very disturbing. Okay, that was the opinion. However, let's say Lokpal said that it has jurisdiction, but Supreme Court of India said this is very disturbing. Okay, so high courts were established during British era period. Okay, this is correct. Okay, and so this is the thing. So this particular question is little bit, statement is little bit, I mean, subjective in nature. Okay, because things are ongoing as of now. The Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 does not automatically bring judges under the Lokpal's ambit unless explicitly included in the Lokpal Act. This statement is right. Lokpal's authority to investigate High Court judges violates Article 121, which prohibits parliamentary scrutiny of judicial conduct except during impeachment. Okay, so all these statements are right, but second statement is subjective because let's say kind of proceedings are still going on. Supreme Court stays Lokpal order giving itself jurisdiction over High Court judges. Supreme Court has said that we have the jurisdiction over High Court judges, not the Lokpal. Okay, that's the thing. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending this discussion. If you like this video, kindly like it on YouTube also because this helps the channel to grow. Okay. If you have any questions, you can write your comment on the comment section of this video. We'll be happy to help you, right? We'll happy to respond to your questions also. Thank you so much.